Hello and welcome back. Lesson number 2, SketchUp video tutorial. What you see on the screen at the moment is a little house that we have created in lesson 1. If you haven't seen that one yet, I would recommend you go ahead and do that right now. I'm not planning on going over some basics that I did explain in the first video. So just to make sure we're on the same page, go and do that right now. I'll wait. No problem. For those of you who have seen that one, we can actually move on. Now, before we actually start, I want to talk a little bit about how powerful is SketchUp. I know that a lot of people, especially those who have mastered Maya or 3ds Max or one of those ZBrush or whatever, they all will take SketchUp with a pinch of skepticism. Which is, it's fair enough. It's not as complicated as one of those programs that I just mentioned, but it's still pretty powerful. And I'll show you that one picture that I've created a couple of years ago. That was modeled in a SketchUp from start to finish. Well, almost from start to finish. I'm not sure some of those pieces that I've downloaded for the furniture inside. I'm not sure if they were created in SketchUp or not, but doesn't really matter. Everything else I've done myself. It's from the SketchUp. Even those hills that you see on the left over here, that's in the SketchUp. They're not just photoshopped into the scene. Okay, so you can do pretty complex things with it. Was it painful? Yes, it was in some parts. Texturing in SketchUp is not easy by any means. Okay, so that was just a little speech before we start. And if those series go well, we get through that, I might move on to the SketchUp for V-Ray, and I might even teach you how to do those pretty pictures in V-Ray. Anyway, so the first thing first, let's continue with the scene that we created in lesson 1. Last thing that I did mention and I did show is how to hide and unhide things in your scene. I'll do that again. If you select the object that is currently grouped, you can right click and hide. Same thing here, right click and hide. Now this is great, but it does not give you a whole lot of control over those objects, because you can only unhide all of them or the last one that was just hidden. To do that, you go edit, unhide, and here you have those two options. They're very handy, especially if you create a hotkey for them like I did, and I can hide and unhide very quickly. But the proper way of doing that is actually using layers. And to use layers, please go to View, Toolbars, and over here make sure that the layers are checked. And if they are, you'll have this little toolbar right here containing one button and one drop-down menu. Now go ahead and click on that button, and you will have that little window open up. If it's like that, minimize, just click on it. You have layer 0 right now. That's the only layer that we have on this scene. This is a default layer. All geometry is on this layer. Go ahead and click on the plus, and you just create another layer. Let's call it a ceiling. Okay, and let's do it one more time. Click here on the plus, add layer, and let's call this one a floor. So we now have a ceiling and the floor. Guess what we're gonna put there? So highlight the ceiling, just click on it, just select it, and in this drop down menu over here, select ceiling. Now, so basically you just move this object from layer 0 to layer ceiling. And let's do the same thing to the floor. Okay, so now see those check boxes right here. So if we uncheck the ceiling, ceiling disappears. We can bring it back, floor, same thing. So that will give you a little bit more control over your scene. Especially this is very important, and I recommend to use it from the beginning. Don't wait until the scene is already super complicated and then you will try to move objects to the layers. It will be more complicated. Do it from very beginning. That is especially important for the furniture and things like that. They can be very annoying because generally furniture is very heavy in terms of geometry, and it will slow down your SketchUp performance. So that's one of the ways of dealing with it, is actually moving the furniture to the separate layer and making sure that it's invisible until you actually need it, until you're actually preparing the picture. Okay, so with that said, let's move on and make some more windows in our building, because having just this one right there is not gonna do it for us, right? If you remember this last window that I've created, I've just took the rectangle tool and basically did something like that over here, and I said, oh, I don't care what size it is, this is just my window right here. Now this time I'll try to do it a little bit more precisely. So select the wall, right click and explode. Basically right now we're going to edit the wall, we're going to make some more holes in it, and for that we need to make sure that it's exploded. And the new tool that we're just about to introduce is the tape measure tool. Okay, just click on it, and how tape measure works is basically it offsets construction lines from the edges. So if this is the edge right now, if I click on it and I drag, just click once and drag to the left on the red axis and type in 24 and hit enter, this line is 24 inches away from this edge right there. Okay, so that will help me, and SketchUp can snap to those lines, so that will help me to draw the window the size that I actually want. So, and let's go ahead and let's do another offset from this construction line. I'll do it 120 and enter, and then do another one that will be, let's say, 42 and enter, and then do another one that will be 96, enter, and another one that will be 42, enter, and another one that will be 96, enter. Okay, and from the bottom I will offset the construction line 36, and from the top I will offset the construction line, let's say 18. Okay, so I've just created basically the snap points for myself to create the windows. Now I'll just grab the rectangle tool and I'll say I want to go from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. And just like we did in the previous lesson, what we just did here, I'll take the select tool to show you. We've created 3 additional faces. Now as you can see, this is one face and this is 3 separate faces. Now construction lines, they are not interfering with the face at all. They cannot affect it in any way. They're just your guidelines. And in fact, as soon as I'm done with them, I'm generally trying to delete them because they will make your drawing look very messy. To delete them, there are 2 ways. You can just go ahead and select them like this with your select tool, and then hit delete, and do the same thing here and hit delete. I'll press Ctrl Z twice to bring them back to show you the second way of getting rid of them. The eraser tool right here. I don't really like it. Some people use it all the time. I don't use it at all. It's not super stable, to be honest. Basically the way it works, you just grab it and then you can drag it from left to right and everything, and it erases everything that is on its way. It's okay, it worked now. Sometimes it just leaves some lines behind and you have to go and do that a second time. I just prefer the select tool for some reason, but again, a lot of people use it. So again, we have one face, 1, 2, 3 separate faces that we can now push inside. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right. So select this face and say that we want to push it to this edge right there. Select the face to the edge, select the face to the edge, done. Yeah, 3 windows right there. So now we done editing. I'm like, obviously you can go ahead and create more windows over there. I am done here, just not to waste time. I hope you got the idea. So triple click, right click, make a group. Okay, so this is now a group. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a frame for the door and the frame for the windows. To do the frame, you first need to create the profile. Basically, we're going to use this tool right here, a follow me tool, and the way follow me tool works is it takes the profile and then you create the path, and then with this profile you follow the path. Now it doesn't make any sense at the moment. It will in about 5 minutes, so just be with me for a second. Grab the line tool, come here, oops, I lost myself. So if you got into trouble and you zoomed in somewhere and you can't zoom out for some reason, just click on this button right here. It's called zoom extends. Basically it will move camera away so everything that you have in your scene fits in the screen. Okay, right here, click, and then you can find your way back to where you want it to go. So somewhere here I'll start drawing my profile. So I'll grab the line tool and click somewhere here and then go towards the green axis, and I'll type in 4, enter, and then I'll come here and I'll type in 7, enter, and then come here again, 4, enter, and then 0.5, enter, and then 3.5, enter, and then 6 and 3.5. And I will close the shape right here. So I just created the profile. Of course, there was another way of doing that. As always with the SketchUp, I could have just taken the rectangle tool and make it 7 by 4. Okay, and I then could have just taken an offset and offset it 0.5, and then taken the line tool, creating those lines right here, and then with the select tool selecting faces and edges that I don't need and pressing delete. So those two are exactly identical, but they were created a different way. Doesn't matter. That's okay because I needed 2 of them anyway. So I'll just click select this one and take the move tool, and I will move it from, like, grabbing this inside corner, okay, right here, and zoom out and zoom in onto this thing and make sure I put it right into this corner. Make sure it snaps to this corner. Okay, so we've created the profile. Now we have to create the path. To create the path, grab the line tool and create a line from here up to here, then to here, and to here. Now what we just did, I will hide those balls for a second so that you can see better. We've created a simple path, and we've created a simple profile. Now we can actually use the follow me tool. The follow me tool is this one right here next to the push pull. Looks pretty much identical, only the circle instead of a square. With the follow me tool selected, you first click on the face and make sure when you click that it gets those dots all over it, which means that it's now active. So click, and then once you click, you just have to kind of follow this path that we have created. Now follow me tool is one of those tools that you love to hate. It's very unstable. It's one of those very frustrating. It can work perfectly in 9 cases, but then exact same thing, it will for some reason start acting up. We'll probably come across one of those situations today, or maybe not. As I said, it's unpredictable. So once you're happy and once you get to the end of the path, just click over here. So that was the door profile. See what we did? See what we did? Okay, now we're done with it, and triple click, right click, make a group, edit, unhide all to bring the walls back. So now we have this perfect profile, sorry, the perfect door frame right there. Now let's move on and create the windows. Let's make it a little bit more fun. So basically this is our profile, and at the moment it's simple. We can make it a little bit more complicated. Let's take the tape measure tool and offset it to here, let's say 2 inches, and from this side as well 2 inches, and let's now do from here 0.75, and from here 0.75, and what else we're gonna do? That's okay. So, and just go ahead and grab this arc tool. The way arc tool works is you need 3 points. First, you show the first point where the arc will start and the second point where arc will end, and then you sort of put the radius in. Now you can just drag it like that and see when you get to the point where you like the result, you can just click and drop it right there. Or in the bottom right corner, you can see there is a radius of, the bulge over there, so you can just type in the radius, or the offset from this line to here. So let's say if we want a 1/4 inch, sounds good, 0.25, enter. Okay, and the same thing over here. We're showing the start point, the end point, the direction in which we want to go, we just drag, and then 0.25 to show the bulge. Okay, and let's do something like that here as well. I'll just do something like this here, and let's get rid of those edges that we don't need. That just to keep it clean. And last thing I want to do, I'll make a little bit of the beveled edge over here. Okay, and over here. Okay, now that's nice and pretty. So that will be our profile, and again I'm selecting construction lines and hitting delete to get rid of them. I don't need them anymore. So we will use this profile on all our windows, and because of that I want to make a copy. I don't want to use up this one, because every time you're using the follow me tool, it basically uses this profile to create the frame, and I will want to use this profile again, so I need the copy. Take the move tool, start moving process, moving it from there to here, and before you click second time, just press and release Control, and that will create the copy, and now you can just click second time and the copy was created. Now, important thing that will save you some time. It took me a while to figure that out. If you're using the follow me tool on a non-closed shape, what I mean when I'm saying that, over here we went 1, 2, 3 sides, but we never came back to the starting point, so we never closed that shape. When you're doing that, you can place your profile in the corner from which you will start, right? In this case, where we will have to go from the very beginning to the very end with our follow me tool, we can't do that. So just grab it again from this inside corner, and instead of dropping it over here, we want to drop it somewhere over here. Okay, so make sure you snap to this line, or what you can do, you can actually start with putting it over here and then moving it up. Okay, whatever way you prefer, just make sure it's not in the corner, make sure it's somewhere here. Alright, and now we need to create a profile. Sorry, now we need to create the path which this profile will follow. To do that, you can take the line tool or a rectangle, whatever you want to do. Rectangle is probably easier over here, so just grab the rectangle tool and say, I want to create the rectangle from this corner over here to this corner over here. So we've created 1, 2, 3, 4 edges and one face. Face we don't need, so we're going to select it and hit delete, and the face is gone. So if I will just hide the wall right now, this is what we have. We have profile and we have the path. So you don't have to hide the wall. You can actually keep it on. I'm just doing that to show you what it looks like. Okay, and actually I'll hide it. It'll be more clear like that. And take the follow me tool, and let's say we'll click on the face once, because that's the face that we want to use, and sort of start going up. And sometimes it's just not working. It's okay, you're gonna have to try again. It doesn't, and if you see over here, and it just does it every time. When you're trying to close the shape, as I will be getting closer, it just disappeared on me for a second. Right here, boom, see, it's gone. It's okay, continue following the line, right? I'll show you one more time. It's not very easy to understand or to show, but just bear with me. Okay, selecting the face, then starting to show profile, and then starting to show the path and going around with it like that, going around, and here it will disappear, but I will just pretend that it didn't. I'll just continue going there, and then zoom in over here. You see there is a mess right now, like this line goes somewhere there. It's okay, just go up and down, just try to make it clean, and as soon as you see, okay, as soon as I said it, now it looks kind of clean, I'll just click, okay, and the moment I click, it now looks clean and everything, and it's good. I like it. So see how fancy it is. I mean, come on, that's a good profile. Okay, that's the great frame. Select tool, triple click, right click, make a group. Okay, so now this is a group. Edit, unhide. What did I do? Yeah, edit, unhide all to unhide the wall. Sorry, I just scared myself there for a second. Okay, so we now have this profile, which we want to use here, but it is facing a wrong direction. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to rotate it. First, I want to create a copy. Again, I'll take the move tool and I'll start moving it from here to there, and somewhere along the line I'll press Control, and that will create a copy for me, and I'll drop it right here. So to move something, you need to, to rotate something, you need to take the rotate tool. So it's this one right here. The way it works, you have to do 3 clicks. First, you have to kind of choose where the point of rotation will be. In my case, it can be anywhere. I don't really care. So let's say here. Okay, I just clicked. So now I can no longer move that. So then you say where you're going to start the rotation. I will say here. And then you say where you will end the rotation. I'll say here. Now, right now, I'm just using the snap points that this tool has. It has a snap every 15 points, I believe. Yeah, every 15 points. So that works if you're trying to rotate something, let's say 90 degrees. If you want to rotate 27 degrees, same thing. So I'll start over. You select what you want to rotate. You grab the rotate tool, and you just click here to show the point of rotation, and then you click over here, and then before you click last time you just type in, let's say 27, enter, and now it was rotated 27 degrees. I'm pressing Ctrl Z to come back. Okay, same thing I'll do right now. I'll take the move tool and I'll move this to here. Remember, we cannot put it in the corner, and I'll just copy it from here to here, and from here to here. Okay, so now 3 profiles right there. Now we're going to grab the rectangle tool and we'll say from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Now there is no explanation why SketchUp has decided to make those faces facing different way. And that's actually one thing I didn't explain, and it's a good time to do that. So every face in SketchUp has a good side and a bad side, sort of thing. So the white is a good side and the bad side is the inside, is a bad side. It doesn't really matter if you're facing the wrong way. You can for us at the moment it doesn't matter because we're going to erase those faces anyway. But if for some reason it matters for you, and there will be cases when it will make difference, you can just highlight the face, right click, and reverse faces. Okay. I don't think we will need that anytime soon, but just so you know. So highlight, delete, select, delete, select, delete. Okay, so if I will hide this for a second, you'll see that we have 3 profiles, 3 paths, and we can now use the follow me tool. Selecting the follow me tool, selecting the face, which we will move around and going like that, and again it will disappear on me, but I'll just ignore it and go here. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the same thing here. Now it looks easy when I'm doing it here. It might be just as easy for you, might not. As I said, it can be very frustrating. So just don't be too harsh on yourself. Just continue doing that and get to the point where you're comfortable, when you understand the weak points, weak spots of this tool. And with that knowledge, you can kind of, you know, when it's you doing something wrong, or it's the SketchUp is just being difficult. Triple click, make a group. Triple click, make a group. Triple click, make a group. Okay, so now all those grouped, and we can go ahead and actually I don't want to unhide. Yeah, I do want to unhide. Yes, I do want to unhide my wall. So edit, unhide all. The wall comes back. Now I also want to bring back. The floor, because what we're going to do right now, we're going to actually create a baseboard. To create a baseboard, I will take the line tool and I will create a line from here to here to here to here and there, and come here and here, and make sure you're not coming to this point. We want it to be on the wall. We don't want to go off the wall at all. So this point right here, same thing where you start. Make sure that you started there. Now, to make sure we created everything and everything is nice and straight, I will highlight this, and with the Control pressed, I will select floor as well, and I will right click and hide them for a sec, just to make sure that my path over here is nice and clean and there are no problems over there. Now I'm going to create a profile. So I will use this face because it will be easier for me to draw on here just for a second. So I'll go up 4.5, and then I'll bring it out 0.375, which 3/8 basically. And let's just create something a little bit more fun, like that, like this, or like, I don't know, something like that. No, that looks stupid. Just like this, okay? Just close the and this is what we got, right? So that will be the shape of my baseboard. Maybe just a little bevel point right here, and I'll just erase those edges that I don't need. Okay, so this will be my baseboard, which I will take with the move tool from this corner and place it in this corner. Make sure you snap to that corner. Make sure it's not there, it's not here. You have to see that point of snapping. Okay, right there. And now we can take the follow me tool and take it. See what it did? I don't know why it did that. I just clicked on there once like I would normally do, and it just extruded that face to here. So Control Z and try again. And now it kinda worked, and it's working with me now. And I can take it around over here and bring it to the end of this line over here and click. And now you're gonna say, well, it's all purple, right? And not white like everything else. And that's exactly what it did. It just basically it's inside out at the moment. All the good faces are inside. All the white faces are inside. So we need to triple click to select the whole thing, to select the whole object, and right click and reverse faces. See, I said we're not gonna need that, and boom, next second. Okay, so 3 clicks again and right click and make a group. So we just created 3 window frames, and we've created baseboard, and we can now go ahead, edit, unhide all, and we can see what we just did. Now the last thing I want to show you is what else follow me tool can be used for. Which face should I use? Actually, let's get rid of this thing. We don't need this profile anymore, so I selected and pressing delete to get rid of it, and I will draw something like this. Okay, boom, 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 like that. Okay. I don't want to be, you know, too fancy over here. I don't want to waste your time. So we'll just try to be simple and not necessarily super precise. And I'm just, oh, look at what happened there. That's not good. We're gonna have to try again. And be a little bit more accurate this time. So I'll just start with creating shape like that. Okay, that should be that should be enough for you guys to understand what I'm trying to do over here. So I've just created this profile. I will move it away from that wall. Okay, and basically what I did is I created the profile, but instead of using the path that is created with a line, I will create a circle like this. Okay, and I will take this circle, I will snap to the center of this circle and move it. See, sometimes it's kind of hard to move things around, and what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to take this circle and I'm trying to snap it to the bottom of this shape that I just created, but SketchUp doesn't really want to go there. It's a little bit messed up. And for those moments, you can just click over here, which is the wireframe. Like it will switch us to the wireframe mode. Boom, and now SketchUp will snap to it, no problem. That's just a little trick, so that you know how that works. Okay, and then you can go back to this mode right here, which is the second one from the right in this toolbar. So click here, and we can actually move. Oh, no, we can't move that now. I will select the face and delete it. We don't need that face, we just need that circle. We can take the follow me tool and we can now go around this circle to create something like that. Now there is a little bit of a mess at the end, that basically due to the fact that the circle is not perfect and it has segments, and because of that it was not able to close that shape. There are different ways of overcoming that problem. You can go over a little bit, I guess. Or you can just next time you create the face, sorry, you create the circle, I will show you how to create a circle with more segments, and that problem will not exist, or it would not be as noticeable. So basically, with that trick, using that strategy, you can create a cup, you can create a mug, you can create a vase, or something like that. That was just a simple trick on how to do those things. Okay, so that's it for today. We have learned how to use the follow me tool, we have learned the rotation, and we have learned the construction lines, the tape measure tool. We also looked at this command over here, which is called zoom extends, which brings the camera to the point where it can show you everything that is currently in the scene. With that, thank you very much for being with us, and sooner rather than later, the lesson number 3 will come in. Have a great day.